Alright, welcome back to WMMA Scene Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with some news regarding One Championship's 125-pound champion, Xiong Jing. So the 125-pound champ recently took to Instagram to proclaim that she has a bout agreement signed. I'll throw up a picture there and I quote, "Bout agreement signed, fight news coming up soon, stay tuned." So obviously some good news. She's been out of action since December when she lost to Angela Lee in their rematch from earlier in the year. So now that she has a bout signed, the question is, who's it going to be? So if you have to do a little bit of sleuthing here, and thanks to AsianMMA.com, they pretty much did all the work. You got to think, Singapore is pretty much on lockdown because of the coronavirus. They've taken a lot of precautions due to who they've let into the country. They've basically cut off practically everyone from coming into the country without at least, I think, a 2-week waiting period. So, and One Championship is doing all closed-door shows, and they're all going to be in Singapore. Now, Xiong is based out of Singapore now. She is a full-time Evolve MMA fighter. But now you got to think, who else is there that's in Singapore full-time to train with her? Well, it really comes down to one main viable option. No chill, Tiffany Tayo. So Tiffany is 2-0 in her last 2 fights. She defeated Michelle Nicolini by unanimous decision in excuse me, November of 2018. Took 2019 off. Her lone fight scheduled for that year was canceled due to, I believe, Tayo had to have eye surgery. And then just back in February, she finished Ayaka Miura in the 3rd round of their fight. Only 15 seconds left, and she beat up Miura bad. If I remember correctly, Miura flew back to Japan and had to have a broken orbital bone repaired. So she's coming in riding a nice 2-fight run. But what what really makes this interesting as a fight is that it is a rematch. From January of 2018, these two fought for the inaugural championship for the, well, they call it the strawweight. It's really the flyweight division of One Championship, with Xiong coming up the winner via TKO at 2 minutes and 17 seconds of the 4th round. It was a darn good fight. Both of these two threw hands and really went at it with each other across those 3 rounds and some change. And Tayo has cleaned up her striking even more. Xiong has had a nice run at 125 since then. She's defended her title 3 times since then. Only loss since then was down at strawweight against Angela Lee. That was back in, I said December, but it turns out it was October. So this will be Xiong's first fight back up at flyweight. Should be a darn good one. These two both have a boxing base. They both throw hands very well. Xiong tends to be a little loopy with her punches. Tayo tends to have a little bit better fundamentals, but she doesn't quite have the pop and the power in her punches that Xiong has. So if this ends up being the match and it happens sometime in the first half of the year, should be a hell of a fight. Very much looking forward to this. Okay, so that's really it for this video. Just some news that I thought was pretty important. I thought important enough to put out there. Let me know your thoughts on this possible matchup. And if you don't think it's going to be Tiffany Tayo, who do you think it's going to be? Let me know in the comments down below. And meanwhile, of course, likes are always appreciated. And hey, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the best, fastest growing women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. You'd be a lot cooler if you did. And we'll see you next time.